Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Art Studio. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to dive into the Lumix S1 and S1R today. Got one in my hands. I started diving through the menu and found some really cool but subtle new features you're going to want to know about. Things you'll put to use for sure. We're going to go over them, so stay tuned. So first and foremost, the menu system in the new S lineup is different than I've seen from any other Lumix camera. It's a little more intuitive, and there's so many cool features to the Lumix cameras: photography, video, time-lapse, high-resolution modes, and so many things we can do that sometimes the menus can get long and confusing. So let me show you what they've done that I think is kind of interesting and a subtle improvement. Dive right inside the camera here. What you'll see right away is that instead of just having one long menu for the camera, they've broken it up into having different pages. So you've got kind of image quality 1, image quality 2, and then you have feature sets to the right under each individual one. So just a little less complicated about where do I find things and what's going on with it. Let's go ahead, since we're here, and dive into photo style, because that's one of the things I want to talk about today. We'll go over some of the ones that we already know about, and then we'll also talk about how these things have evolved and changed. So I'm just going to kind of aim this out towards my little art studio here. And what I'm going to show you is we are in standard mode now, which is kind of a very vivid but, traditional standard kind of mode as far as saturation is concerned. I'm trying to hand hold this with one hand here. And as I go into the menu and I switch from standard, you can see we'll go to vivid, a little more punchy, neutral, a little bit more flat. Flat is new. Do you see the difference here? It's not quite a log profile, but it's definitely much, much flatter. And a lot of times I don't want to shoot log because I don't want to have to go in and add LUTs. I just want to have the ability to have as maximum dynamic range. So that's a little improvement there. We, of course, have our landscape. We have portrait, great for skin tones, monochrome, L monochrome, which I absolutely adore for black and white. L monochrome D, another version of their black and white profiling here. You can actually add grain of all different levels. It looks like film grain, really beautiful to this. Cinelike D, a lot of cinematographers enjoy this. Cinelike V, a little more punchy for cinema. Like 709, of course. Next, I want to go over something else here. We talked about photo style. Let's go into image quality one more time here and talk about the new high resolution mode that is in the Lumix S and Lumix S1R. So in here, just like the G9, we have the ability to take 8 pictures at once with a pixel shift utilizing the 5-axis image stabilization. And what it does is it stitches all those together and creates a extremely high resolution RAW JPEG or RAW and JPEG file. And you can simultaneously create just a standard shot as you do it. You can have a shutter delay if you wish of all different scenarios, so that, if you're on a tripod, you don't want to shake the camera before you set this into motion. You can actually set it for a little bit of a delay. And then motion blur processing. Now, what I want to mention is that we used to have this available in only mode 1 on the G9. And if you had any moving trees and blowing wind, those trees could end up kind of weird because you're taking 8 pictures of it. Well, somehow they've come up with a way in mode 2 to adjust for that, and it can actually do some sort of algorithm and decide what is sharpest and what is best, res it up and make it work for you. So now, I used to only use this for interiors or architecture, never shooting nature with it because of that. Now, I'm going to go out and shoot some nature and see how well this works. I'll share the results with you guys along the way as well. That's an interesting new mode that if it works as well as I hope it does, I'll be putting that to use all the time. So let's see, we did high res, we did profile. Let's see, yeah, let's dive into one more thing here for, let's see, aspect ratio. Now, when we dive in and look at aspect ratio here, we have our standard things that we've always had. 3.2 on this camera we want it set up as, because this is a 35mm film camera or format. 4.3 we always did with micro four thirds, of course. You now have a 16:9 mode here, which we always have with our other systems as well. Let me just kind of point that out so we can see what's going on. We click that. If we want to do square instead, we can do that 1:1 kind of crop that we've always enjoyed for Instagram and all those things. But look here now, we also have a panorama, an extreme panorama aspect ratio, and a 2:1 panorama aspect ratio in here too. So new aspect ratios to choose from. We'll take it back to 3.2 because that's where this camera shines, of course. Diving in a little further, what else do we have? What else did I find? Let me move over. We'll take you guys back in. We'll move over to here. I've seen this on other cameras, and I've enjoyed it on other cameras. So I'm so happy to see this on the Pro line for Lumix. Copyright information. You can go in, hit set, type in your copyright information, your name, whatever you want it to be. You can do that for the copyright holder as well. Turn it on, turn it off. So if this is your camera and you're using it all the time, kind of nice to have your copyright embedded into the system as you roll, because it's just a really nice feature. So going one last thing, I said I would do 5. What is the last thing I want to do that's important? Yeah, we're going to do this. This is really cool. Let me go to the gear setting. Boom, to the right. And this is a new feature called Status Scope. And when I go in and turn it on, what it's doing is, let's say I'm hand holding this and I want to see just how steady I am using the 5-axis stabilization. Do you see what's happening there? That little ball that's moving around is actually telling you how steady I physically am. And I'm obviously cold in here today. It's bouncing all over the place. So that's one of the cool things of 5-axis stabilization. It allows us to hand hold things really steady and still. But this shows you just how unsteady you're being. And if you're on a tripod, you're out in the wind, shooting nature, something like that, it's also kind of nice to know how much is my camera moving in that situation. So that little mode there, called the Status Scope, will allow you to see just how much you're shaking. And that's a new cool little feature built into the S1 and S1R that I could see being very useful for a lot of different things that we're working on. So 5 cool new features you probably didn't know about that are in the Lumix S1 and S1R. We're doing a lot of different photo shoots around here with this camera at the moment. I've done fashion shoots, some wedding related things, in the studio, strobe, outdoors. We've been working this thing like nonstop now. And I look forward to sharing photographs with you guys along the way as we move a little forward, and some behind the scenes from our vlog. We're going to be traveling out down to Austin for a Lumix scenario where we will be learning even more about the cameras for launch. Then we're traveling out to Las Vegas for WPPI. We'll be speaking on the Lumix stage. We're also doing a photo walk out there, so you should look into that and join us. Then we're going to go to Laguna Beach, do some work there. And then back here to Connecticut, New York in between a bunch of times. So lots of content we will be creating on these new cameras. We look forward to sharing it all with you, from videos to still photography and more. So that's a wrap on today. Hope you liked the 5 new features we went over. More to come. Thanks, guys. Take care.